That's that corn juice, baby. What's going on, guys? Today we're just gonna do a whole bunch of work. Over the last 2 days I've spent an outrageous amount of time to make this happen. Ta-da! We have fiberglass doors. Well, we have a fiberglass door. There it is. Oh, well, it's got that weird, like, it half locks and then you gotta push it to get it all the way locked. But got it all worked out, and I'm gonna show you guys how I mounted these today because it is a total pain in the butt. I still gotta do the other side, but I'll show you guys how I figured out how to do it, so that way maybe if you guys ever want to do it, you'll see if it's a project you want to tackle or not. I'm gonna take this off. Mallory's gonna go ahead and get it ready for paint and paint it, so she's gonna take this thing with her now that it's all locked in and done. And then once it's done with paint, because we got to do this part black and this part white, then I'll go ahead and mount the window to it, cut her hole. Man, look at that. Am I a professional race car builder or what? It's a question for the people and for you.
Yeah.
The answer is yes. If you can take a fiberglass door and go like that, the answer is yes. I did a damn good job. The door latch is pretty simple, and it's where I like to start. It's pretty straightforward, but the key is right here. I took some white spray paint, painted the face of the striker, then I set the door up and pushed the door back against the face of the striker, which gave me my exact spot of where I needed to cut out and place the door latch mechanism. So I like to start there. This is what I found is easiest for me, because then once that's on, you can latch it on and then you can adjust in the front, up, down, wherever you need to go. So since that's already done, I'm going to go ahead and start working on the front, show you guys how that goes together. Alright, so this bracket system is really simple, and all it is it's got these rods go like that. That's how the door is going to hang. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut this short and we're going to weld it to this door hinge area here, because this is really thick and probably the strongest part. This is the important part here. If you don't have Clecos, get some Clecos, because what you're going to do, once you've got it figured out where you want it, drill one hole. Then from here, you're going to work on making sure it's plumb straight up and down. Not the door, that doesn't match the door line. It's got to be straight up and down, because that's what's going to allow the door to swing out level. If it's not plumb, it's going to swing out like this or like this. It's going to be looking like garbage. But I learned that in the Tim McAmis video about watching how to hang doors. If you guys want a really good video on how to hang doors, go watch Tim McAmis' video. I'm just doing this so I can show you guys what we're working on. But then what'll happen, since we've got the latch on the back side and this one here, then when it's time to weld these in place, I will lift up on the whole thing and make sure our door gap is right and level and everything, and then I'll weld it right into place. Let me draw these other ones out, show you guys what I'm talking about. Now that I've got this picked out where it's going, it's plumb enough for me in a race car, got this held in, I went and cut the brackets on an angle. You guys will see. It's important that when you do everything, you do it where the door is going to be. Like if I did it down here, well, that's not where the door is going to sit. So you got to push up on it, get it to where it's going to be, and bam. Nice tight fit on there. And this is how I'm going to get the door to sit exactly where I want it. Because the latch, when it's holding on the latch, especially this thing, this door is like 5 foot long. It's going to go like this. So we got to set it up where we want it. Now that I've got this one in place, I'll go ahead and go up with it. It's probably going to sit about there. I'll tack that in place there. And then after all that's done, I'll take it all off. I'll drill the top ones. I'll do all the top ones because they're going to have to be spaced out. Unfortunately, the front of this door is not perfectly flat. There's a gap here and it's flat here. So let me get this cleaned up. We'll tack this in place and then we'll start seeing how it's hanging. went ahead and added gussets to both the top and bottom ones, just because the angle that it's at, you know, it's a pretty strong angle, and yeah, the fiberglass doors are not going to be super heavy, but this should also help keep it from sagging over time as well, having a little bit of bracing in there. I did the same to the other side, knocked it out here, bam. The next part is super important. You have to plate these things, especially with this one that it looks like they've already cut into to try to figure out how to mount it.
It'd be like that sometimes.
I quit. I'm tired. I've been hanging doors for 6 days. Feels like an eternity. There's no light at the end of the tunnel. Anyways, you have to plate it. It'll help spread the load out instead of just being on the bolt holes and then break the fiberglass. Luckily, this fiberglass door is really thick, but plate it up on the back side. I made 2 little plates here. We're going to sandwich that all in. Pro tip, if you're like me and you're not super great about drilling the holes straight through, you know, I mark the holes and then sometimes it walks a little bit. Go like 2, usually about 2, maybe 3. It depends on what kind of drill bit set you have. But 2 or 3 drill bit sizes up on this plate, and that'll make sure if you're not exactly perfect, you'll still be able to line it up and it'll work like it's supposed to. So I'm going to put these plates in, bolt this up, and then at that point, this door is ready to hang. It'll be able to hang on its own, everything will be good. And then I got to do the door latch mechanism, the actual latch, and then it's going to Mallory for paint. That's you.
I know. I'm excited. I've been waiting.
Yeah, but we forgot to do something though.
What?
We gotta weigh the doors. We gotta see the difference in them. Like that door is all complete. It's got everything in it except the window. So we gotta weigh the doors.
Okay.
Wanna pick up the mold ass doors and weigh them?
Sure.
Screw that. Them things are heavy. Yeah, this thing's gonna be. All right, let me do this, and then we'll hang a door.
Okay.
I'm out of breath because I carried this door and it was heavy. I'm gonna have to apologize to you guys. We skipped around in this video a little bit. I'll tell you, on the day of filming, we got slightly interrupted and some things have happened that is gonna make probably for some major changes around here. We'll get into that later. You guys will find all that out. But of course, it's a monsoon outside, so now's a really good time to grab the door that was sitting outside. And we're gonna weigh this thing, figure out what it weighs versus what the fiberglass door weighs. Or we're gonna attempt to anyway. Don't be that guy.
You gotta take it off.
Oh.
You gotta wait for it to go to 0 out and then put it on. Go ahead.
It is on 0. This is ridiculous. You know how much this door weighs?
Yeah, I do.
72.8 pounds. Alright. So door number 1. What's behind door number 1? 72.8 pounds. Now this one doesn't have the Lexan window on. It's got the framing. But I think both of the doors are about the same. So keep in mind, we'll say 73 pounds, right? Oh, now I gotta grab the other door. Put the window in. Damn Pro Mod. Alright, now we got this one. This one doesn't have the window support on it yet, but it'll get us pretty close. Alright, so we're at 0. £20, 21 pounds, we'll say. It's actually heavier than I thought it was going to be. Roughly 21 pounds. I'm sure when I do the bracing, that'll probably add another pound or 2. Let me not close that, because then I'll have to climb through it again and all that good stuff. Ow!
What? How did the glove just hurt you?
I don't know, like, because I pulled it hard and it's a tiny glove. In fact, I had a little coat. I don't know. So we're at 72 pounds?
Yeah. What, 73, 72.8. So.
All right. So we'll say 73 times 2, 146 minus, let's say they end up at 23 pounds, right? So minus 23 minus 23, that is exactly 100 pounds of savings. It is a lot of work for 100 pounds of savings, I'll tell you that. But I think it's worth it. And the doors came with the car. Like, I wouldn't be doing this just to do it, just to waste time and, you know, try to make it light, blah, blah, blah. Like, I got the doors with the car, so I said we might as well put them on. Now, as you can see, Mallory has already painted them up. And most of the car, everything, that's going to look real good. I got a lot of stuff done in the last few days. I think I got the trans leak tackled. We've got the battery tied down. I've completely cut out the seat, remounted it, and got the new belts in. That's all good to go. I went and picked up E85. Unfortunately, we don't have pump E85 here in Delaware, at least not where I live. My choices are grab a bunch of containers, drive over into Maryland or something, go fill them all up, or I can just go where I get the race fuel from, and they had X85 on the shelf, so that's what we're going to use. We might get to start this thing up on E85 for the first time today. Derek, you guys got to go follow him, Slower Than You, on YouTube. He's actually doing a lot of the stuff with the tuning and helping me get this right, and he's working on a file right now, fingers crossed, a hopefully startup file for E85. What we chose to do, the intercooler is on its way to wherever they're at. They're somewhere out west. But 417 Motorsports, it's on the way to them. We had to ship it, everything. We're waiting on updates. But I put the intake back together with no intercooler because we are using E85. We can get away with a little bit. Ultimately, the problem is going to be when we want to start making big power and that kind of stuff, that it's going to be an issue. So for now, at least getting it started up on E85, we got to do functions checks, inputs, outputs, all this kind of stuff. A lot of that stuff I've worked through already, set up. We got our new sensors in, everything, and he's working on a file to get us hopefully started on E85, which I cannot wait to smell this thing on E85. It's going to be a whole new smell. Here's the deal. I have got the first guess of a tune file from Derek. Now, we did this a little bit differently than the way he normally does, mostly due to my inexperience with the whole thing. We've already figured out one or two little issues that we know are going to cause us a problem down the road. I wanted to get the base fuel pressure down to 45. For whatever reason, this aeromotive pump will only go down to, I think, 53 is where I was able to get it. So we ended up going back to 60. We've got enough return line, so it might just be the ports on the regulator itself. I'm not sure. We'll have to figure that out. We're going to knock on wood. Where's some wood?
Can't.
Oh, no, you gotta go knock. Go knock. Go knock. Go knock. I got some things to do.
Thanks. Appreciate that.
But we've loaded the fuel cell up with E85. We have got the very beginnings of a base tune, and we're gonna try to start it on E85. I really hope this works out. All right.
What?
Almost.
What is all that, friend?
What?
What is all this, friend?
What?
Oh, is that the dye water? That's nice.
Where?
All over the car, all over the floor, all over.
Oh, it came out the exhaust and we never cleared it out.
I'm glad I wasn't. You're like, you can stand over there. I'm so glad I didn't. Been part two. All on my jammies. Yeah, it smells sweet.
That's that corn juice, baby. Well, I can tell you, one of the things he said in the email, he said we're gonna have to get on TeamViewer. A huge shout out to Derek, because like I'm a total jerk, where I was just like, hey man, you got time to build an E85 tune file so I can start this thing up today? And he's like, yeah, let me give it a stab, whatever. And he ended up spending quite a bit of time on it, just because first start E85. He spent quite a bit of time on it just because he did not have a base file for version 1 of the Holly software that I have and everything to build it off of. So he did all of it from scratch and just kind of guessed. What I could see commanded AFR and what AFR actually was were two totally different things. Or actually, no, I think it was super lean is what ended up happening. I gotta look at the data log. I'm looking the wrong way. Thinking the wrong way. Anyways, yeah. So it runs on E85.
Just wait till you see over here.
Why? What's over there? Am I gonna be pissed off?
No. It's a fresh paint job on everything over here. Look at all this.
Oh yeah.
On this side.
Oh yeah. Oh no.
Yeah, I said. Yeah, I said.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah.
We gotta do something about it. Luckily it's just water with dye in it. So if we don't get the dye off, it will probably stain it. But if we get it off real quick, it'll be like it never happened. It'll be like it never happened. So yeah, there you guys have it. I think there's some idle stuff we got to go through. You know, controlling the idle control valve. You know, fueling. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff that's got to happen here. But we have successful fire on E85. Oil pressure looked good, which means, you know, if you guys remember last time, we could hydrolock the motor and all that. So, we're getting close. I'm going to be testing this car within the next coming weeks or so. I can tell you that. We're getting super close. There's some big stuff happening. There's some big surprises. There's some big letdowns, but all that stuff will come in time. I'll let you guys know about it. I just wanted to get this done and kind of show you guys where we were at as far as progress wise. And today we managed to E85 first startup. So couldn't be happier. Still a very long road ahead, but we're getting there. Step by step, day by day, we're getting there. So thank you guys for watching. Tune in next time. Hopefully next time we'll be doing more fun stuff like testing trains, brake, bump box, and start driving this thing around. I don't know if we're going to start driving around yet. I still got a checklist to do. But
well, maybe it'll have some more added to its new look.
Yeah, some more added to its new look, and I'm super excited to get that stuff going. Because I think that's going to be awesome. Still a little smoky out of that side. Because I guess I'm assuming there's water sitting in a pipe somewhere. So, but everything sounded good. Obviously needs tuning, but E85 will make this thing run, which is awesome, and we have the sweet smell of victory. So until next time,